Good morning, Facebook. Today is April the 3rd, 2013, and I am making a quick post, I hope, in reference to a few things I'm feeling. I just finished Facebooking with a friend, and he felt the need to have me um, kind of explain some choices and some decisions I've made lately and why they came about. So, let me share our discussion. These are my socks. I have now gotten into a sock fetish in underwear, so those are they. I haven't put up an underwear picture in a while, so there you go. There's a camera shot. Anyway, so for those of you that know me, know what I did in my former life and what my pastime was, other than my full-time career. In the past year and a half, I've dramatically, or drastically, if you would, um, left that side of entertainment alone, and I began to develop and focus more on who Javon is. So my friend asks me, "Why'd you stop performing?" And I was like, "Well, I got lost in that character. That character became such an important factor of my life that it began to take over, and it was what was most important to me instead of the establishment of Javon." So he asked, "Was it because of boys?" I said, "Nah. I mean, the newfound attention, I live, because obviously they're living." Um, he also asked, "Was it career based?" I have to admit, now that I've began to focus more on performing well at my job, my career, I have thrived and I'm doing extremely well. He then asks, "Is it because I wasn't successful?" And I had to think about it, and I was like, "But dude, I was successful. That character was well established, very recognizable, and well respected in the industry. So it couldn't have been that." So I had to go ahead and break it down to him and make him understand that in life, without evolving, you are a person who is stuck. You are a person who is complacent with being where you are. And Javon has never been someone who's been complacent. I've always wanted to be someone who believed in being better than they were at the current time. I'm a person who believes in what I am striving and trying to achieve in the future. And at that particular moment, the character of Yesenia just was not where I saw myself in a few years. So by leaving that character and developing and honing on who he is, it's a possibility of ensuring that I have longevity and that I'm financially stable, which I am, that I am physically stable. I'm in a better physical state than I was, because female impersonation can be so consuming. It can be so draining. It can really be draining. And at the point when performing is no longer fun, but it becomes a task, it's time to hit it. It's time to actually realize there's a time and a place for everything. I was in the industry for probably 14 years, and I've done quite a few things, and I've accomplished quite a bit. So I'm kind of happy with the longevity and the success, I guess, if you will, in that industry that I had. So for those of you that feel, and I really shouldn't have to explain myself, so it's not the fact that I'm explaining myself, more as that I'm giving the explanation for those of you, the whispers I hear, or the secondhand conversation that happens to fall upon my ears from my family and friends, like, "What's Jovan going through? What Miss Cindy going through?" No, I'm not going through anything, sweetie. I'm going through life. And the problem is that so many of you are stuck and you're so complacent with where you are at this point in your life. You can't evolve, sweetheart. Certain things have a time and a place. And if you can't find and if you can't dictate where you are wanting to be in a particular place in your life, there's a problem. When you get so lost in the art form, that's a problem. The art form is a beautiful thing because it provides you a canvas to be whatever you want to be at that particular moment. I've had my moment. I've painted a beautiful picture of who Yesenia Davenport St. James is and was. And at that particular moment, some of you actually have to realize you're continuing in an industry or a business and you're not being successful. It's best, in my opinion, to hit it when you're at the top of your game. So, with that being said, I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm in one of the best places I've been in my life. It took a long time to actually be comfortable. to be comfortable with who I am, to develop who I am. I used that character to find comfort, to find strength, to step outside of the box and not be looked at because, oddly enough, so many people, when a female impersonator who MCs, who's popular, who's well known, does some things, you just look at it and you laugh versus someone you don't know and you might be taken aback by it. So it's easy to get lost in a character. It's easy to actually let that take over your life. So I'm good. I'm really, really good. So for those of you that were concerned and you wanted to know, that's my explanation, straight from the mouth. Any concerns? You know how to get at me, Javon Davenport.